Welcome back to the Ball of Fire channel. This is Trade News Part 3. Today we're talking about the Caledonia Gladiators, Newcastle Eagles and the Sheffield Sharks. First off, we're going to start with the Caledonia Gladiators. With the young Brit Theo Hughes, the big centre. From the highlights I've watched, I see that he can definitely score in the paint. He's so strong that in the paint defenders don't have a chance. However, his shooting ability isn't there. I could see some three-pointers, but for what I counted, it wasn't much at all. And I didn't see a step into space for a mid-range shot. His offensive rebounding wasn't really shown in the highlights, so I'm guessing that he ain't got that many. However, I did see some defensive rebounds. Okay, let's look at some stats. Like I said before, guys, if you want to check it out, pause the video, or you can go to proballers.com. Or Dave Owen Basketball. But Dave Owen Basketball right now is actually under maintenance. All in all, Theo is like the big men of old. A tower in the paint, a walking, scoring, dunking titan. But in the modern game, he's going to look like a statue. Especially in some offenses. When every team is prioritising the three-point shot. On to the next. Trayvon Barnes. The power forward from the US of Awesome. Now, but seriously, there's nothing funny about the way this guy plays. For a big dude at 6'9", he's always moving. He can find that space and knock down threes, take mid-range shots, run up to the rim any way you want it. But on a defensive side, what I see in the highlights is he's fast on the court, so he's vital to a counter-attack. But I didn't see much defensive rebounds or a defensive play. There was some putback dunks, so there's that. Besides, there's not much to complain about. He's a genuine article. I'm going to point out a few things. His dribbling skills aren't anything special. So if he's locked down, he's going to need to have to power through them. Risk of foul or injury. Or pass out, which could be stolen. Let's look at some stats. As you know, guys, go to Pro Baller and look at his stats. Trayvon Barnes is a power forward in every sense of the word. A warrior, but with basic dribbling. Teams will do their best and send their best to exploit that. Okay. Up north, where the Eagles fly high. We're going to start with their new signing, Deshaun Allen Ekins. I think that's how you say his name. From what I see, this guy is a fighter. It's like going into a boxing match. He's fighting in the paint to get those shots up. He's able to get to the rim whenever he wants. He's got offensive rebounds, put-back dunks, layups, and some three-pointers in his bag. He's going to make defenders' chest ache when they hear his name on the roster. I do feel, though, more blocks and defensive work could just give him the edge. But hey, I ain't the coach. Clearly, the coach has a plan, and the plan sounds brutal in my opinion. The Eagles are going to turn the rest of the league into bird food. Up next, I don't have to say his last name is Jalen. I don't have to say his last name. I'm sorry, guys. But from what I see from the highlights, same thing. This guy, he can dribble. He can dribble straight past the defender, like he didn't exist. He finds ways to reach the rim and score. He's also a decent mid-range shooter and is comfortable at the three-point range, which is needed in today's game. Modern games right now, most teams are playing at the three-point range. This guy can handle ISO situations as well, with no problems at all. His basketball IQ is definitely up there. He can jump pretty damn high, which is useful, for dunks, offensive rebounds. The guy's a decent point guard. My only gripe is when he's locked in, so he might not pass. Sometimes he might want to be the hero, and if you know about heroes, you get taken out sometimes. You can look at, obviously, go check his stats out. Now we're back. Now we go off to the depths of the SLB to find the Sharks. The first Shark is an oldie, but goodie, Mike Ocharobia. That dominant player that used to play for Cheshire, his ability to screen, when to play with the pick and roll, as well as dominate the paint on both ends. This guy was an opposing force in defense. He's back for the Sharks. I know this signing is going to go under the radar because he's not technically new, but this guy can play. With the help of another big, ain't no one getting past. The big shark can get to the rim whenever he likes. Block shots, stop dunks. However, I didn't see a lot of mid-range shots taken or 3-pointers. Teams will exploit that. Today's game, if you're not shooting, especially if you're big, if you look at Derek White, if you're big and you ain't shooting up there, teams will gonna exploit that. On to the next shot. This guy I've just watched recently, and that video is coming up, guys. Prentice Nixon. This guy, from what I've seen in the few games of the trophy, just so far, this guy can make players, defenders, wish they never became a pro basketball player. The amount of sheer determination he uses to get to the rim, sometimes even coordinating the plan. He can step into space, knock it down from mid-range, or at the 3-point line, or even drive for a layup. He also works on defensive and stealing the ball or knocking it loose for his team to start their counter-attack. My only problem is, this is my only problem, guys, we don't see more of this consistently. He'll definitely help his team win if he was to stay constant. If he was to stay up like this, his team will definitely win a trophy. Don't take my word, look on the stats on ProBalls.com. Anyways, guys, that's it. Look out for my video, SLB Week 2, when I will literally going through what happened in the week, and people would know what happened in the week. Prentice went off. You know, he literally went off. You know, and what happened to London as well. Oh, Jesus, you know. It's bad times for us. But, yeah. That's it, guys. Until next time. Peace.